Listen up, because we're diving deep into something you need to be aware of: manipulative patterns. This isn't about pointing fingers, it's about giving you the tools to protect yourself. You see, manipulation isn't always a loud, obvious thing. It often sneaks in quietly, disguised as something else. It starts subtly, maybe a snide comment here, a guilt trip there. But over time, these patterns become more frequent, more intense. They start to wear you down, make you question yourself. That's why it's crucial to learn how to spot these red flags early on. Because once you understand the game, you can refuse to play. So, let's break down these manipulative tactics, learn how to recognize them, and most importantly, how to protect yourselves. Now, we've all encountered folks who just can't seem to take responsibility for their own actions. Instead of owning up to their mistakes, they point the finger. It's always someone else's fault, and more often than not, that someone is you. They might say things like, if you hadn't done this, or it's because you didn't do that. They'll twist the situation, making you feel responsible for their shortcomings. Before you know it, you're bending over backwards, trying to fix their problems, even when you had nothing to do with them. Don't fall into that trap. Remember, you are not responsible for anyone's happiness but your own. Let me tell you, guilt trips are the oldest trick in the book. Manipulators use guilt to make you feel obligated to give them what they want. They'll hit you with lines like, if you really loved me, you would, or I guess I'll just have to do it myself, as usual. They prey on your good nature, your desire to please. They want you to feel bad, so you'll cave to their demands. But remember, you have the right to say no without feeling guilty. Don't let them manipulate you with emotional blackmail. This one's a classic. You've got the manipulator painting themselves as the victim, even when they're the ones in the wrong. They'll spin tales of woe, telling you how nobody understands them, how they're always being taken advantage of. They might say things like, you're the only one who gets me, or everyone's against me. They want your sympathy, your attention, your support, and once they have it, they can use it to manipulate you. Remember, true victims take responsibility for their actions. They don't use their past as an excuse to manipulate others. Chapter 4. Shifting the goalposts. Have you ever dealt with someone who constantly changes the rules of the game? You work hard, meet their expectations, and just when you think you've got it figured out, they move the goalposts. It's a never-ending cycle of trying to please the unpleasable. They might say, that's not good enough, or I need you to do more. They keep you off balance, constantly striving for their approval, which you never quite seem to achieve. This kind of manipulation is exhausting and demoralizing. Remember, you deserve clear expectations and consistent treatment. Chapter 5. Exaggerating or minimizing issues. This tactic is all about controlling your perception of reality. The manipulator will either blow minor issues out of proportion or downplay serious concerns to serve their own agenda. They might turn a small disagreement into a major drama, leaving you feeling confused and overwhelmed. On the flip side, they might dismiss your legitimate concerns, making you feel like you're overreacting. This back and forth can leave you questioning your own judgment and instincts. Remember to trust your gut. If something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. Chapter 6. Consistent flattery followed by criticism. Now, this tactic can be sneaky. It starts with excessive praise, making you feel on top of the world. You're amazing, talented, the best they've ever seen. But then, just when you're basking in the glow of their compliments, they hit you with a dose of harsh criticism. They might say things like, you'd be so much more successful if only you weren't so, or I just don't understand why you would do something like that. This tactic is designed to keep you off balance, to make you crave their approval. Don't fall for it. Real support is consistent and genuine, not a manipulative roller coaster of praise and criticism. Outro, protect your peace. Look, recognizing these manipulative patterns is the first step towards protecting yourself. Remember, manipulation thrives in secrecy. Once you shine a light on these tactics, they lose their power. Don't be afraid to call out manipulative behavior. Set boundaries and don't be afraid to walk away from relationships that are toxic and draining. You deserve to be treated with respect, honesty, and kindness. Remember, your mental and emotional well-being is priceless. Don't let anyone manipulate you into believing otherwise. You are strong, capable, and deserving of healthy, fulfilling relationships.